Oh, Mike's face is not in. I do this every week. Every week! There you go, Mike. Every single week I do this to you. Every week. It's me being a pleb. It's me being a pleb. Hello, everybody. There's Mike's face. What's on your cup? Have you got an emote of yourself on your cup?
Yes. This is a Generation 1 Get Mike cup.
That is cute.
One of the originals.
It's cute. I likes it a lot.
And it's so shit and basic and like year 1 streamer that I kept it as a souvenir.
I like it. It's cute. Hello, everybody. Welcome in, Jim, Mr. Early Bird. Today, I appreciate your eagerness. Don't apologise for it.
Hello, everyone.
How do I even say that? Benjium. Yeah, there we go. Hi, Benjium. Live long and prosper to yourself. Bengenium. Okay. I can't read. I did just say I was dyslexic like 2 seconds before we came on. So, Kay, welcome in. Don, welcome in. Lovely to see you all. Hope everyone is well, despite Paramount Plus revival of iCarly being canned and the situation in Israel. Yeah, I know. There's a lot going on in the world right now. Didn't know about the iCarly thing, though.
I've never watched iCarly.
Never watched it. Yeah, never watched it.
I don't think I'm the target audience.
I was not a Disney kid growing up. I didn't watch Disney Channel. I watched Trouble if I was going to watch a channel on Sky. Trouble was my thing with Moesha and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That was me. That was my jam. Welcome, Jupiter. Lovely to see you. Oh, I love everybody turning up. We keep getting the same faces, and it's really nice to see the same people coming back.
I like it.
Makes me
Consistency.
Happy. Yeah, it's nice. I like you guys. You make us laugh every week. And it's a good time. I wonder how far your friend has got in track this week. They finished season 1 last week, didn't they? Yeah.
I haven't checked in with him, so
I'm excited to see how far they've got. Yeah, it's been a week. There's not been as much Star Trek news as there usually is on this week. Normally we have like a giant list of things to talk about. Today we have like one and the episode, and I have not seen the short track. I did.
You haven't?
I saw you guys talking about it. I saw you annoyed that it was a trumpet and not a trombone in the music. And then I was like, I was gonna watch it, and then I just literally forgot.
Or is that just me being crazy? Like, it doesn't sound like a trombone in the music. It sounds like a trumpet. And he plays a trombone. That's Riker's thing. He puts his hand down it and all that. The trombone at the moment, because I've just rewatched Sex Education because I missed it, and trombone at the moment to me is just Trombona, which is the nickname of Eric in Sex Education. So every time I hear the word trombone, that goes to my head. Hello, Brad. Hi, Brad.
Nice to see you guys. I missed it, so you're gonna have to cover that because I completely missed it. So over to you for the short track, very short track.
Okay, so it starts off with Tendi doing a talk to camera kind of dedication, celebration to animated series. And it descends quickly into dad joke territory like the first one
not again.
does. Yeah, so it's all like the whole thing about it is like everything she says causes offense to them as they're the old guard and she's the new guard and and then this is my remembering of it is that for some reason Riker turns up with and then they start doing a song, and it's a very weird song, and then George Takei turns up and he's in the song and they start remixing oh my.
Oh, do they?
So the song was actually really silly and quite funny.
Okay.
But most of it was pretty crap. And the voice actor for Scotty was just diabolically bad.
Oh, really?
Diabolically bad.
Do we know who it was? Did they say?
I didn't care enough to look it up, to be honest.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Brad, thank you. I haven't seen it either. I don't know.
The one with the holograms was actually good.
We praised that. We praised the heck out of that last week. I really like that. Was Tendi in this one as her usual style still? Was it still like good? Okay, I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they did that. That was nice. Yeah, Jupiter, I agree. We will get to the episode in a bit, but yeah, absolutely. It was great to see Rom and Lita this week. But yeah, no, I don't know what it was, but like I fully intended to watch it, and then it just completely slipped my mind until like 5 minutes before stream, and then I was like, I've not got time to watch it now. Like, what am I doing? So yeah, but to be fair, that says a lot about how crap they've been, because I will consume anything Trek, and I'm usually like day one, ready to go, so excited. I couldn't give a flying beep about these, to be honest. There's been one good good moment in another one, and that was it for me so far. So
they've been absolute shite.
Yeah, and that's putting it mildly. So
that's putting it mildly.
I want there to be a proper celebration, and this has not felt like that. So, you know, but I'm still happy that Prodigy got mentioned last week. That still feels good after all of the recent diabolical treatment of Prodigy. So that's still kind of a warm and fuzzy for me. I appreciated that. I thought about it a few times throughout the week. I was like, Prodigy was mentioned. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that happening. Also, random, I saw this week on Twitter, someone has a Moopsie plushie, and I need it. I don't know if they made it or if they bought it, but Moopsie. I need it. Yes.
Moopsie.
They have a Moopsie plushie, and it's the most cute thing ever, and I want it. And the best thing was they put the picture of the plushie with their cat, and they were like, I think I need a new cat.
There are crocheted plushies.
No, it wasn't crocheted. It wasn't. It looked like it had been properly made, so I was quite impressed with it. I'll try and find it by the end of the episode and put it up online. But yeah, exactly, Brad. I was like, I need it. I need it a lot. I've also seen Sean Ferrick's Moopsie t-shirt this week, and then someone else on Twitter had Riker pajama bottoms. I need those too. I need the Riker pajama bottoms. I will wear them all the time.
I will always take more Star Trek clothes wherever I can get them.
Speaking
I'm
of,
rocking a Klingon bird of prey today.
It's awesome. The colour's great. It's really nice.
I love it too.
Does it glow in the dark? It looks like it would glow in the dark.
No, it doesn't glow in the dark.
I'm going to switch us to our share screen because, yeah, I know, we need a Moopsie spin-off. I need to show you. I will read all of this in a minute, but I'm going straight to the merch because I need this. Look at this jacket. This is the jacket that is part of the Kid Cudi event thing with his merch, and we were talking about it last week, and I said I really hope that it's not cosplay, that it's fashion with Trek stuff, and it is.
And it is genuinely fashion. Yeah.
It is, and this is just everything to me. I really love Letterman jackets. I don't know what it is. I've got a Dragon Ball one, and it is my favorite thing I own. It's like bright orange with blue sleeves, and I just love it. This looks so good. It's leather on the arms, like actual leather, not pleather. Like, and then the back's like a velvety type color, and it's so 90s. It's so 90s. It's just like,
no, I mean it's 70s.
Yeah, but to me it's 90s, because this is like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air style. Do you know what I mean? Like, he would wear this on the Fresh Prince and it would fit perfectly. Like, I love it. I love it so much. I would love it more if it wasn't Shatner on the arm, but Spock's on one side, so I'll just all photos I'll stand that way so you can see Spock.
Like this whole collaboration thing has me so excited because I already liked Kid Cudi. I had no idea he was a Star Trek fan. Also, we were discussing before, he's quite hot.
Yeah.
But he looks great in a Federation uniform.
Look at him. Right, up until this point, all the posters were him facing the other way. And the only thing we could comment on, which was a little bit egregious, but he did have a good bum in his Star Trek uniform, okay? But now, this really suits him. He literally looks like he could be part of the Federation.
Looks amazing. Yeah.
Like, he looks like a cast member of Strange New Worlds. Like, it looks great in this. So I'm here for this. I'm quite excited about it now. I'm not, however, not excited about the fact that the gaming side of it is Fortnite, because...
So, I mean, it's a Fortnite music experience. So what I would say is that's not really Fortnite. It's just like
in the world of
a creation. Yeah, it's not even that. It's just an experience within Fortnite. So you open Fortnite, you go to your lobbies, and you go to the musical experience, and it's basically something you join and you experience. And it's usually some kind of interactive music experience performance.
They've done like concerts before, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. Like the Ariana Grande one within Fortnite was fantastic. Like, It was excellent. Now, I haven't played Fortnite in a long time, but I might reinstall it just to do the Star Trek thing because I think it's going to be so cool.
Right. Well, if you do that, then can you record it so that I can watch your experience instead of having to actually go into Fortnite myself, please?
Yes.
Okay.
I will probably stream it.
Okay, good.
I will probably stream it for you.
You should stream it, and then we'll cut clips out of it and put it into this stream so that we can show everybody here.
Yes. So, guys, you can catch me on Twitch on Get Mic'd, and I will probably be streaming the Fortnite experience at some point. So, when I know more, I will tweet about it. So make sure on Twitter you're following Get Mic'd OW, so you can find out when I'm going to do the music experience. And if anybody in chat wants to join in, absolutely more than welcome to. So
yeah. Yeah, I gaming is my life. I work in video games. Other than this is my side gig. Video games is my job. I love gaming more than anything in the entire world, even track. Like, that's how much I love gaming. But Fortnite, for me, can get in the damn bin. It is a children's game.
If you've not played it, you can't.
I tried it back in the day.
It is fun with friends.
I'm also not one that really likes shooters at all. Like, if it's got a really good story and it's a single player game, I can put up with it. But I am more of a fantasy based gamer anyway, or like, I don't know, I'm not into it. I don't like battle royales. They're not my kind of thing. The only battle royale I like is Fall Guys. That's the only one, and that's just for the silliness of it. So it's not for me.
Yeah, it's a silly game. I've been deep in Assassin's Creed Mirage this week, so
I have not got it yet, but I will. I will.
I'm loving it a lot.
Just for Shura Agashlu, because
Shura Agashlu liked my tweet, and I didn't even tag her.
Ah, that's amazing.
I can't believe
she is a goddess, and I have fully told Adam that I would run away with her if I had the chance. Like, that's how much I love her. She's the sexiest older woman in the entire world. Her voice just melts me. And she's so freaking intelligent. She's such an intelligent woman. Every interview I've ever seen with her, she just blows me away. She's just, yeah, I love her.
She's amazing.
I play the game Star Trek Timeline. I have not played that one.
I think that's a mobile one, I believe.
Ah, okay, cool, Jim. I am a PlayStation girl, Jupiter. I do have Game Pass for PC, and I will occasionally jump on there if there's a game that I really like that's, you know, Game Pass only. Like I was just talking about Hi-Fi Rush. I played that this year, really like that. But I am a PlayStation girl predominantly, or Steam Deck. But yeah, I've always been a PlayStation girl. It's just my
I've
thing.
always been a Nintendo boy.
Yeah.
And PC.
Yeah, PC's kind of like you can't really not have for PC these days. Do you know what I mean? You're like, some games only come out on PC, so you need to have a PC or a Steam Deck of some kind. But yeah, so this is really cool. It's October the 12th. The collaboration kicks off. It's called Boldly Be. I know we've covered it before, but yeah, there's going to be his new single, which is called Heaven's Galaxy, which is obviously inspired by Star Trek. And then the music event in Fortnite is also going to be including some of his new album as well as Heaven's Galaxy. And I think on here somewhere there is the name of the new album, Insano. There you go. So if you're interested in checking that out, make sure to keep your eye on all of the stuff at New York Comic Con this weekend, because all of the news will be coming out of that. So at least we know now kind of the overall details of what's going on. And if it does look, he looks quite good in the character model. Like,
I tell you what, the in-game shots look absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they do.
The world behind him in that picture below looks something like right out of Star Trek Online.
It's cool. It does look good. I like it a lot. I like the fact that they went with the uniform from Strange New Worlds. I think it really suits this style. I think it works really well with it. And I'm intrigued.
Looks fantastic.
It does. Well. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see it. I just won't play it myself. He's playing Captain Skiles. That's who he's playing in this, which I like the fact that he's actually playing a character. He's not just him in uniform. He's playing a character. So that's pretty cool. I think that's really awesome. And then again, I am just all about this. I have to get it. It's probably going to be ridiculous money, but it's my birthday this month. I feel like I deserve a treat, and I'm probably going to buy this for myself. So I don't know. I might.
You already buy yourself birthday presents.
Yeah, I did. I bought myself the 19 inches of Venom statue.
Oh, okay. I just want to point out that Mr. Kid Cudi is shirtless on one of his album covers.
That's amazing. But yeah, I want this. I'm really interested to see what else they bring out, because this is a really cool style. So I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the merch line. I think that's actually quite exciting, and it's nice that it's actually properly fashion. Like, it's not just a t-shirt with a logo on it, you know, like they've put some thought into this, and I think that's pretty exciting.
Being a Star Trek fan might finally be cool.
It is cool. We're the original convention people, cool. And now conventions are like the biggest thing ever. So, you know, I tell everyone I'm into Star Trek, and I couldn't give up what they think about it, because I think it's cool, and that's all I care about. So that's kind of the overview of that. Obviously, keep an eye on at the Trek Central on the Twitters, and we're on Blue Sky now, and Mastodon as well now, and Threads, I think. So keep an eye out on all of those places. Wherever you are, we are as well. And obviously the Trek Central's trekcentral.net website, because anything interesting that comes out of New York Comic Con, we will be talking about. So keep an eye on that. And what did Brad just say? If they did something Voyager related in that style, it would be an instant purchase. Yeah.
Oh my god! If they had a DS9 one with Deep Space Nine on the back, I would.
You would immediately buy it. Yeah.
I would immediately.
Tell everyone what you did get this week, though.
So I have been shopping on Master Replicas. So we've been talking recently about some of their upcoming flash drops. They've had a lot of flash sale drops recently of the XL starships. So I may have gotten 4. I have an Enterprise E and a Voyager coming. And then they released another batch, and I told you I was going to try my hardest to get this. I've got the Cerritos XL! It's coming! So cool. And then I got a DS9 Danube Class runabout.
That is cool.
There weren't any Defiants that I could find anywhere. As much as I wanted to buy an XL Deep Space Nine, I don't know where I'm going to put any of these things. I don't know where I have room for like 4 XL.
I'm telling you, you need to hang them.
Genuinely don't.
You need to hang them so they're hanging in the background of the ceiling. That would look awesome.
I'm not really a very DIY person. They'll probably fall on my
Hire somebody to do it. It would look so cool. You'd have the Cerritos just flying around in the background. It would be amazing. I'm so jealous. I want the Cerritos so badly. Like, it's the only one. That one in the Protostar.
Yeah.
I really want.
And the Cerritos was my absolute priority, because I don't have an Eagle Moss model of that. So, yeah. I'm looking at all my Eagle Mosses over there. I really need to clean those shelves. They're disgusting.
He says this every week, and every week he does not do it.
And every weekend I'm like, I've got nothing to do. And then on Monday I was like, I had such a busy weekend.
I should have cleaned the shelves. Oh, you managed to get the Enterprise F before they sold out, Brad?
It's an Enterprise F, damn it.
Nice, Brad. Nice. You'll have to take pictures and show us. We definitely want to see. I'm telling Mike that he has to film his unboxing. We need to see the unboxing of the Cerritos. Anyone have a Nathan Hale? Anyone got a Nathan Hale? I don't know. Slam, we were talking about you. How far have you got into Lower Decks this week? I need to know how far you've got. It's important information.
Now you see, Chloe wouldn't touch the starships, but Benji definitely would have pulled them out of the ceiling. Yes. he would have been a threat to them, absolutely.
Bubbles, my cat, would just be like, that's gonna fall on me, I'm not even gonna try. And he'll just walk away. He's a big wimp. Bless him. I have, however, got on my Christmas tree, my favourite decoration is I've got a little golden coloured ship model of the ship from Firefly, and Bubbles every year goes for it. He doesn't go for anything else apart from that. Every year he's like, I'm getting that ship. And every year I find it in random places around the house. So I don't know, maybe he would go for Star Trek stuff. I don't know. Right, I'm going to switch back over to our big cams.
Okay, so Master Replicas, okay, here's a bit of off-the-cuff news for you. Master Replicas today announced the launch of something called the Master Replicas Signature Series. It launches on October the 10th In the UK, that's 9 o'clock, so I'll be hosting the quiz at that time. So some of the most iconic creators in Star Trek history have signed limited edition plaques that are exclusively available with the most desirable models.
Cool.
You got Bill Shatner and the golden 1701 XL. You've got Nana Visitor and the XL DS9, and Andrew Probert and the Enterprise D XL. And they're only doing 500 of each.
Oh, wow.
Of the DS9 and Enterprise D. But Bill Shatner can only be bothered to do 250, so...
It's probably because he charged twice as much
if I was gonna get a Deep Space Nine...
Anything, it would be that. Yeah.
Visitor's signature. Yes, I want that. Oh, and prices. They did have them in the email... Where's my...
You watch this week, whoever is at his quiz night, you'll just see him on his phone between every question trying to get this. We'll just be like...
That is actually hilarious. That is actually going to happen. And yep. Beth, if you're in chat, please remind me. Thank you. Okay, so...
Romulan ale is illegal. But in the Mirrorverse, you've watched all of season 2 already. So you haven't even started season 2 yet. You've almost watched it. Slam, what have you been doing all week?
Slam us making references to the Mirror Universe.
Oh, dear. What have you been up to all week? What have you been up to? Get up with it. We've got, so much to catch up on. You're going to, know the entire 4th season by the time you get to it as well, which is funny. Been trying to get to the Voyager dedication plaque from them for so long, but they're always sold out. Oh, that's sad. That is sad. But yeah, so, right, let's move on to this week's Lower Decks episode. Path Ferengi's Heart Place. And I am so disappointed in myself that when I read it last week, I didn't read it very well, and in my head, I didn't hear Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. And I love Garth Marenghi. I said to Mike just before we started, I literally went to see him live this year on his Teratome tour. How I didn't put that together when I first read it, don't know. I'm ashamed. It's just, yeah, I don't know. So random. If anyone in chat can give me a reason to do with the actual episode that they called it that, please do, because the only thing I can think is that literally they had a British writer on staff who was like, Ferengi sounds like Marenghi, let's go with it. And that was it. Because nothing in the actual episode, literally nothing, is Garth Marenghi related.
No, I don't know anything about Garth Marenghi, but...
you would love it.
Pick up on the title.
It's so funny. It's where Matt Berry was first introduced to me back in the day. I loved it. It was great. It was Richard Ayoade was in it. Matt Berry, obviously, Garth, but his name is not Garth. But yeah, I loved it. It was really good. We've actually we're getting tickets to go and see him again. He's coming back in February for a different live show. So I loved that. I thought that was really funny. The whole of Twitter reacting to it on Thursday, and British Twitter was going in, and it made me laugh a lot. It's just yes, all the millennials understand this reference. All of the younger ones are like, what are you talking about? Because it's so obscure. It's some tiny little British Channel 4 90s TV show that most Star Trek fans will have no clue about. Literally no clue. That's how good Lower Decks is. With their, they just get, so many funny little references in ways that you just don't expect, and I'm never going to get bored of it. The writers are amazing. And also, that's also a definite confirmation that there are British writers on staff. Because there's no way an American would know that show.
And we're going to be getting some kind of reference to Doctor Who at some point. I didn't pick up on one in this episode.
No, yeah, we know that we are, but I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
But yeah, that was because they put the 47 in their trailer, right? The Doctor Who one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll be fun, especially because there's a lot of crossover between the fandoms. So people will really enjoy that, I think. But yeah, so do you want to do your usual brief synopsis of the episode before we break it down, Mr. Mike?
Sure. All right. Well, let's get Ready. Right. So, Path Ferengi's Heart Place. So the Cerritos. I mean, I guess first of all, the episode opens with a Ferengi ship being destroyed by the one that's been going around destroying everything. I saw Sean Ferrick kind of theorized that they'd been trading with this ship, but I didn't really get that.
Yeah, I saw that because Jack
I think
mentioned
it was just.
as well.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I think I don't think they were in communication with that ship and they just got destroyed by it.
No, I do.
So,
I'm arguing with you straight away because the one that was like clearly scheming, he
goes aha right on cue.
Yeah, so like he knows some. I feel like he's made a deal with them to arrive, which makes them way more sinister because instead of just taking the opportunity to destroy people, they're luring people in, which is way more sinister. Way more sinister. And that's what it came across to me. Jack read it the same in his review as well. I checked out his earlier, and he came across the same.
I've rewatched the episode earlier as well, thinking like with that in mind. Then I was like, I still don't see it, like because the captain and the bridge people they don't know what the ship is, or they don't expect to see it. And
yeah, but they wouldn't if he was secretly communicating with them to sabotage the captain, which seems like that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know. It would have just been him that was doing that. So I'm on board with that. I
don't see it. But okay, so and then we go into the Cerritos. It's been sent to Ferenginar, and then we see the Torontos of the Parliament class ship is back. Which is really
so
cool.
beautiful, isn't it?
And the Ferengi Alliance are considering joining the Federation, which is absolutely huge.
Yeah, that's
absolutely
a big moment.
Huge thing. Yeah, and Freeman and the Admiral, who's so dull, I've forgotten his name.
I forget his name as well.
Are sent to do negotiations. Meanwhile, our Lieutenant Junior Grades, Lieutenant JGs, Lieutenant Junior Graders, anyway, are all sent to do kind of exploration on Ferenginar to update like the Federation travel guide, which is a really cool job if you think about it.
Hell yeah.
And they all go off their separate ways. So I guess you've got the A plot of the episode, I think, is Freeman and Rom and Lita, which is amazing to see Rom and Lita back, by the way. When they came in and like, here's the ceremonial golden bust.
Yeah.
Here's the invoice. I howled at that. I was like, that is so funny. I was really expecting that. Like, it was so good. So, and then the B plot is the Tendi and Rutherford have to fake being a married couple in order to experience Ferengi hospitality and the marriage package and all that stuff. And then the C plot is Mariner is feeling restless and fighty for no good reason. Don't get me started on this plot.
We will get started on it in a bit.
Plot, Boimler stays in a hotel room and watches Ferengi soaps. And there's a couple of moments of that are just absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they all really come back to the ship. Like Rutherford and Tendi are almost rumbled because we see that they do not treat people who lie to get the discount kindly.
It's one of the worst
they almost get rumbled
things they could
accidentally by Miggly Moo, and they absolutely go to town on Miggly Moo. And that is the best thing. It is my favourite part of the episode, honestly. I was not expecting that to be even better than the Lita and Rom stuff. So, they all go back to the Cerritos and everybody lives happily ever after. But, there was a real danger of this episode making Tendi and Rutherford a couple. I'd have loved that. I think their chemistry is so natural. But they seem insistent on not doing that. And I think, do you know what? Kudos to them.
I feel like this was setting that up for later on. I think that this episode was like dropping hint, like the moment in the restaurant where they have to give compliments to each other because the chairs can tell if they're telling the truth or not. Like, clearly there are feelings there, otherwise that would have rumbled them. So I feel like that was like setting it up so that later on, like, they'll admit it and it'll be addressed again. That's what I'm hoping anyway, because we have said this before, like I don't like it when male and female friendships are forced into relationships for the sake of it, but I feel like in this case these two have grown so naturally to a point that they basically are a couple without the sexy time, basically, you know, like, and it makes sense for them. Like they do make sense as a couple more so than any other pairing in the whole ship. So I hope it happens. I hope it happens. They were so cute all week. They were just, I love them both. Also, by the way, I watched Loki last night and it was so nice to see Eugene Cordero.
My god, Loki was incredible. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Also, I have to say, Slamester bought a ticket for MCM Comic Con on the Friday.
Yay!
So I cannot wait to see you there. That'd be amazing. We'll talk about MCM towards the end of the stream as well. I mean, the first question that we have to dive into, did this episode deliver on Rom and Lita?
Yes, it was great. I was so happy the way they did it. Like, Jack mentioned in our Discord earlier that he saw some people online were saying that Rom was dumbed down and it wasn't very good. But that was part of the plot. Like, he was deliberately doing that to, like, get one over on the Admiral. So anyone who thinks that, like, oh, they dumbed him down, that's dumb. No, he was clearly doing that on purpose, because the moment that Lita does the whole, like, oh, can you just, like, placate him, basically, by changing some numbers around, the second they agree to that, both of them look at each other. There's a clear sign of recognition that they got what they wanted, and then they're like, right, let's start with subsection blah 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 blah, and it's obviously a plan. So I don't agree with anyone who thinks that he was dumbed down in a way for this whole episode. I don't think that counts. I think they're wrong.
I think what it is we're used to seeing these characters in DS9, which is, I guess, not where the Ferengi are concerned. It's one of the more serious series, you know. And I had the same kind of thoughts when I rewatched the DS9 episode. I was like, I don't necessarily like the way these characters are coming across in Lower Decks compared to how I loved them in Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
I will say it lends itself better to a rewatch. So I watched the episode the second time today, and it was much better, because once Freeman rumbles them,
that's great.
He goes back to the Rom that we know and love so much.
Yeah,
exactly. Honestly, it was a very clever tactic from them to test
whether they understood who they were.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I thought it was amazing, and I
really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great plot. Obviously, you are the bigger Deep Space Nine fan out of the two of us, but I'm really glad that Lita was there as well, because if it had just been Rom, it wouldn't have been the same. Like, they are a pair, they go together like that. It wouldn't be the same. So I'm glad they did it that way. I thought it worked really well. I thought Freeman's reaction to it all was brilliant. She's just this season, she has really grown as a captain, and
she's really solidified herself as a really
good captain,
dependable and you know, smart captain.
She really has. Like, she's not afraid to question those above her when she knows they're in the wrong, and I think that's a really important thing to do as a member of Starfleet. Like,
exactly,
the right thing is the right thing, and it doesn't matter who is telling you something. If it's wrong, you need to say something about it, and I've really seen that through. Like, we saw that in the episode when she was reading what Janeway did, and she was like,
we're not in the Delta Quadrant, we don't need to we don't need to resort to those methods again. I was about to say what Brad in chat had said, that Rom's a union man as well, because I would say, like, he was chosen specifically for the job of Grand Nagus by Zek when he stepped down, because Rom was not a typical Ferengi, because he's a union man. He is, you know, the smartest person to bring change and revolution to the Ferengi people in the right way. And if you follow Star Trek Online and that whole story, Rom and Lita Lita's been in it since almost the very beginning, and Rom has been in it for many, many years at this point. So there are so many tales of lore in that series about all the reforms and all the changes that Rom has made for the people, but they've been done in such a Ferengi way. It just works so well. So it's kind of like not unbelievable that they would consider joining the Federation,
and
like,
he would be the one to do it. Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely,
they're massively. And I guess this can lead us on to our next question: is will Ferengi really join the Federation?
That what I find interesting about that is that in, like, a Disco, for example, this has never been a it's never been mentioned. So we don't know. We don't know if it's something that actually has happened. So this is kind of exciting for Lower Decks to get this part of the lore and be able to fully explore it, and I'm excited to see where they go with it. I think it's cool that they get that.
Because we did have a Ferengi Starfleet officer in the 32nd century.
Yeah.
So that could be why.
Yeah.
Bye, Jim.
Bye, Jim. It's lovely to see you. Also, by the way, hi, Nick. Welcome in. I did see you. We're also really glad that he's still Nagus. It was really nice. It was a lovely callback. And it was nice to have the actors back as well, because like Rom's voice just cracks me up. He's just so funny. Like, he's one of those actors that, like, with just his voice, he can do so much. Obviously, behind all the prosthesis and everything else like that, it's really hard to rely on an actor's normal skill, right? Which is facial and body language. And he's always had a way with the tone of his voice, and he's so funny.
Hi, Dakamungas. And Max Grudenchik, who plays Rom, if you ever see him in anything else, you can only see Rom. Like, he's in, I think he's in Sister Act. He's one of the goons.
He is.
He's one of the goons in Sister Act, and it's like, oh my god, I can't believe that's him.
It's Rom! Yeah.
It's crazy when you watch something like that. Or you watch something random, and then Gul Dukat appears, and it's like, oh my god. He's in something. Marco Limo. I need to look at what it is, because he was in something and I nearly dropped.
You're like me. You have to look at IMDb every time you see someone, and you need to know what they've been in before, aren't you? Yeah, I do that every time. I'm like, oh my god, it's you. What have you been in before? I have to do it. I also really like it. Like, for example, with Sister Act, I like it when there are people who have been in the same universe in something else. So obviously, like Whoopi herself, and then also Max. And I just love those little things. I'm like, oh, two Trekkies.
My god, that's what it was. It was the Naked Gun 33 and a third. It was, and I remember I was like, oh my god, Gold Cost.
Amazing. So yeah, that was really good, and I'm excited to see what Lower Decks get to do with this storyline, because I hope they do return to it in some way, even if it's just passing comment, or like, I think it's cool that they are being trusted with such crucial parts of the lore. Like, it's not
that's a
flyaway thing. Yeah.
That is a big swing that you're taking right there.
Yeah, I really like that. I also, can we just say that, like, getting to see Ferenginar in HD in this way was amazing. It looked incredible. Absolutely incredible.
One of the moments I picked up from the season 4 trailer when we first saw that was when they're coming in on the shuttle and the rain is hitting the screen, and it's like, in animated form, like, you don't underestimate animated media. Like, it looks stunning.
It really did.
It looks amazing.
It was beautiful. Like, the neon everywhere, the gold everywhere, like the reflections because of the rain. Like, yeah, it was beautifully realized. It's like the most Vegas on acid you could possibly get. Like, it was insane. It was just so good. And every little thing about it was adding so much. Like, the library with the books sign just got me. I thought that was so funny and so Ferenginar. Like, of course they would have a neon books sign for a simple library. Of course they would. Also, Boimler, who when he gets there, he's so excited about the fact that he gets to haggle in the gambling museum and gamble in the haggling museum. That cracked me up. That was a laugh out loud moment. That's one of those things where it's like, Boimler is all of us. He knows all of this stuff, and he just is the nerd that we all are. So
but when confronted with an actual Ferengi, he'd have caved hard, like Ensign Kim on Deep Space Nine.
Yes, he would have. Brad, yeah, I know. They had to, of course, pay Latinum straight away when they parked. And, like, Sean said this in his thing, but, like, of course, that was probably going to be a lot of money as well, because it's, like, right in the centre of the city. Like, that would have been an expensive parking ticket. Forget your 20 quid a day, London. That would have been insane.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that Ferengi are your inspiration.
and, you know, like, so when Deep Space Nine ended at the end of season 7... they were talking about making, well, I guess they're talking about making Deep Space Nine a permanent Federation installation. If Bajor joins the Federation, then can the Ferengi have a bar on a Federation outpost? So they make it an what is it? They say a a embassy. So they make that a Ferengi embassy on Deep Space Nine, so that they can operate as they do on Ferenginar.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could end up exploiting that loophole across all Federation ships and stuff, and having
a little
bars everywhere.
bar,
but
yeah.
I think because obviously capitalism is so ingrained into Ferengi's culture, that would have to be preserved, wouldn't it? And so would money and currency.
It's not like, it's not just the same as it is in other places, because it is, like you said, it's culture. It's part of who they are, like, in the most extreme way possible, but they wouldn't be Ferengi without it. Like, it's hard to imagine them being fully Federationized, like, and not having money, and like, it just wouldn't be Ferengi. And it's also not the Federation. They don't strip planets of their culture. They don't make you change who you are to be part of the Federation. So I can't see that changing.
No. And I think the Ferengi joining the Federation will cause a little bit of havoc.
Yeah.
Which is the perfect source material for Lower Decks.
Absolutely.
Because I just think it's going to work so well, having Ferengis basically everywhere, like Ferengis in Starfleet, Ferengis
it'd be so funny
on starships. Like, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be absolutely nuts. And I'm really looking forward to it.
What I really hope... Sorry, go on.
No, you go on.
What I really hope is that they do end up joining, and in the Academy series that we're going to get with Tilly, is that we get a Ferengi student in that, and we get to see like how they are all these years later, and see if like it's changed or if they're still the same. I really want that. I really hope they do manage that. That would be really fun.
Oh my god, Brad, could you imagine Guinan and Quark starting a turf war on starships?
That would be
with
hilarious.
Bars? That would absolutely be brilliant. And I think in some way ROM trying to bring Ferenginar into the Federation is going to be part of his long-term vision for change.
Yeah.
And I think he doesn't want to change his society completely, but he wants to open them up to new possibilities. He wants
to provide more opportunity for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He also just wants to show, his people that there's more to life than just Latinum.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. He is a visionary man, so...
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Don, I'm with you, but also we know that Academy is coming. Like, it's confirmed, whereas Legacy is still up in the air,
Yeah.
So we know we are getting
I hope
Academy.
they're secretly planning like they were with Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, me too. I hope we do get something. But at least with Academy, we know it is coming, so that's why I hope we get to see a Ferengi in that, and we get to see them, like, learning how to be part of the Federation, and that journey of like becoming more Starfleet but not losing who they are at the same time. That'll be fun, I think. Imagine how good Ferengi would be as United Federation or SF ambassadors or negotiators, though. It would be
honestly
great.
They would be so good.
It would be brilliant. Send them on all of the negotiating missions. You would get everything you wanted every time. That's a really good point, Daka. A really good point. But yeah, so this episode I think was overall really good. It was brought down for me by Mariner. I was so frustrated by that storyline. Like, I literally felt my eyes roll. Like, I was like, what? This would have made way more sense had this episode come before the Moopsie episode. If this episode had been in between them getting promoted and the Moopsie episode, I would have been okay with it. I wouldn't have liked that happening because she's already done this a few times now, but because it came after Ransom's supportiveness and her accepting that and growing as a character, it just felt like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are we here again?
Times I felt like it was inevitable that we were gonna have something in one of these episodes that made us feel that way, because there have been times where they write Mariner and Boimler so poorly.
Mariner in particular, though, she seems to get like a really crap turn every season.
Yeah, season 2, like, she just had a really crap turn, as you say. And there can be like so much devolution in her story, but
yeah,
it was like, and I appreciate that, you know, in life it's going great, and then you feel unhappy for no reason. You can't really put your finger on it, but they could have told that story a bit better.
Yeah,
Some other way
I
or
have
something.
depression and anxiety. I completely understand the fact that sometimes you just are in a funk and there's literally nothing you can do about it. Sometimes it feels like there's no reason for it. You don't understand, like you should be in a good mood, but you're not. I get that. But what I don't get is the fact that the way they wrote it was that she was giving the exact same reasoning that she has always given. And it really did feel like she had gotten over that before. And especially also last week, she was the reason why everything was found out to be what it was. She was the reason why T'Lyn was brought back down to herself. Like, she owned that situation. She supported her mum. She supported her friend. She was brilliant. Yeah, you loved that, didn't you? But she, up until this episode, the character growth we have seen in Mariner this season has been absolutely chef's kiss. Like, really, really good. This felt like a giant leap in the wrong direction. It just...
Yeah, it did. And I really hope they fix it, because, you know, they teased that she's going to go back to the Cerritos and maybe do something about it. But I hope it gets permanent fixed, because we've had such incredible Mariner this season so far. Yeah. And I just can't be arsed with any more, like, backtracking.
I'm bored of it. You know? I'm bored of it.
Yeah, bored of it as well.
And also... like, Tawny deserves better than that. Like, she like, she's such a good actress. She loves Trek so much. Like, she deserves better writing than that. I feel like her character is being misserved. I feel like all of this great building that we've had up until this point shouldn't get thrown out the window. And if we get to next season and it happens again, I'm gonna riot. I'm going to riot. Like... it's really annoying me at this point. I don't know. And even her friend who we've seen before in season 1, like, there's a clear relationship there. He was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? Like, he was all of us in that moment. Like, and
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember what his name was. I keep wanting to say Quim.
I think it begins with a Q. That's all I can remember. It's a Q name.
It's not Quim.
Yeah, I know, right? But
that just reminds me of the Buffy swearing keyboard.
But yeah, no,
Google that, chat. You'll thank me.
You will. Yeah, I don't know.
Zebra.
I didn't like it.
Zebra.
I didn't
Zebra.
like. Stop it! I didn't like the memorial joke. I felt like that was.
Yeah, no, the memorial joke was a weird inclusion. Like,
it was.
I know
I get where they were going with it, and I understand, but at the same time, it just felt a bit in poor taste for me, to be honest.
Yeah, it just felt a little bit too on the nose, and I didn't like it. And in the Deep Space Nine episode, when Quark was going on about to the coroner, where were you when all my customers were dying? I was just like, it doesn't feel right. Like, it doesn't sound like something they'd say, but
I know. I don't know. I just felt like it was rubbish. But whilst they were there, Mariner seemed to, in that moment, understand what he was saying to her, and it seemed like she was able to reconcile with her feelings. So I hope that is the last of this BS that we get from her character.
Yeah, I really, really hope so.
Because I've really enjoyed her this season. I really have. Especially last episode. I really loved the way that her and T'Lyn, like, their relationship, how much it's grown, how different they are from each other, and yet how much of a friend she is to her and how much she cares about her. That was really beautiful to see. And their friendship has been one of the standout things for me this season that I wasn't expecting to love, but it really has been something that I have fallen for. We had it in the Orion episode as well, and then it followed through to this week, and I really enjoyed that. However, this week suffered from a lack of T'Lyn. There was no T'Lyn.
I don't think so.
I missed her. I wanted her to be there.
I was actually really happy to be with our core four, because I do feel like we have had a lack of time with them for a while. And so I was so happy to be focused on our core four for once. Shame about the Mariner storyline. Maybe Tillin could have been inserted there somewhere.
That's where I felt like it would have been good. I felt like it would have been nice to have her bring her back this time in the way that she
Otherwise,
did.
Yeah, it was nice to spend so much time with our favourite lower deckers because we didn't really have that many other characters. We didn't have Shax, we didn't have Billups, we didn't have Ta'ana. We only had Miggly Moo and Freeman, really.
We got a little bit of Ransom, but the thing I love about Ransom is that his character can be in something for such a short amount of time but have such a big impact. Like he's just the way he's like training Boimler, I think is beautiful, and like I really enjoy the relationship he's got with these 5 characters now. But I've loved watching him as a commanding officer this season, and even though he was only in it for 2 small kind of bits, start and the end, I really enjoyed it. I'm really here for him this season. I love him a lot. I think he's great.
Because like in the early seasons, he was definitely played off as a bit of a joke, but they're really making him sound, come across a more capable commander.
Yeah.
Maybe that was me, Daka. I was poking around on my phone, and Go was still.
I didn't even hear that. I didn't even hear it.
I didn't even think it made that much of a noise.
I didn't hear it. So that's funny. Daka's like tuned in to Pokemon sounds. But yeah, no, I enjoyed him a lot. I also love the way that he got Boimler back. That was just funny. That just really cracked me up.
And the first time in ages we've heard a Boimler scream. That made me so happy.
That was so good. Is your Ferengi hearing on brand, Daka? I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Speaking of Ferengi ears, that advert with the Slug Cola where his ears got bigger instantly and she just dropped the other guy, that really got me to laugh really loudly. I was like, of course it's the ears. That was so
I loved all the jokes with commercials. Like,
they were great.
They were just so good because it's so easy to forget like these kinds of things don't exist in the Federation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Boimler's like reading from an encyclopedia page about commercials, and it's like, oh yeah, they don't have this kind of thing.
It doesn't exist.
Even in other iterations of Star Trek where they've watched television shows, they've watched individual programs or movies and stuff. They haven't watched. I guess in Voyager, Future's End, they're experiencing it. And Neelix and Kes have that thing where they're tracking soaps as well, which I think is hilarious. But yeah, Boimler getting so engrossed in this was hilarious. And the joke about having a commercial right in the middle of an episode with the Paramount logo behind him, that was absolutely hilarious.
Productplacement.com. Yeah. That really cracked me up. That made me laugh.
Really, really cracked me up. I agree. The corporations and such aren't good, but good job. You did funny. Good.
That was funny.
That was great.
I don't know if Paramount actually had anything to do with that, or if the Lower Decks people just did it. And I feel like it was just Lower Decks. Yeah,
that was fully the Lower Decks people. Absolutely.
I thought that was really funny. That cracked me up so much. I saw a couple of my mates, we were talking about it in WhatsApp, and they were like, what are you talking about? I was like, go back and watch the scene and look behind Boimler, because that was just so good. That, made me laugh a lot. Also, the cop landlords, so on brand for Ferengi. That was funny. That made me laugh a lot. It was just great.
Ferengi TV sounds great.
It really does. It sounds like 70s TV times 10. That's what it sounds like to me, and I was here for it. And I also love the fact that Brad just went with it. He didn't stick to his usual militant let's get all this done and blah blah blah. He just got completely sucked in. And it was just so good. The state he was in at the end was just amazing.
And I loved the first mention of the mission, and then he was like, I'm gonna cram 40 things on and not enjoy any
of them.
And he just Ransom's like, what the hell just happened? Does he drink a lot of coffee? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. And it reminded me of that scene in Strange New Worlds where they're talking to Spock, and he's like, do I always sound like that? And they're like, yes,
yes, you do.
Yeah,
all 4 of the girls were just like, yep. That was really good. I knew exactly which scene you were going to mention as soon as you said that. Then I was like, yep, that's just perfect. I think that's the thing. This, both Strange New Worlds and Lower Deck writers they are always in on the joke. Like they're very self-aware, and I really love that part of both those shows. It's just something that's so wholesome about it. Like, even though they're making fun of themselves, it's always done with such love. Like, that's why they're my favorite at the moment. I just really enjoy both of them for that. I think it's just beautiful. Right, talking about the couple, the stars of the show.
Tendi and Rutherford. So you know that I love Rutherford.
Yeah, we are Rutherford stans.
Love Rutherford. When I saw him crop up pretty early on in the first episode of Loki, I was like, I love him. I adore him.
I shouted Rutherford. I was like, I know your name's Eugene, but you are Rutherford. So I was just like, Rutherford!
I love him. I thought Tendi and Rutherford was so adorably cute this week.
Know.
And I thought they may have been like sowing the seed between a romance when, like their cheeks blushed and stuff.
Oh,
I was
so
like,
cute.
Maybe they realize they actually like each other like
I
that.
think they do,
but they're so like against it and stuff. And I think with the chairs, I think they were just saying generic stuff to like get away with it.
We only saw one though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we only saw them really talk about hair. That's all.
And I was a little disappointed by that. I felt like I wanted to see more of what they were like putting them on the spot with that moment, and I thought that would have been really fun. I kind of hope that there's like a deleted scene or something that we get with the Blu-ray where we get to see them doing more compliments, because I personally read it as like they do actually feel that way, but they don't want to admit it because they don't want to ruin their friendship. Like,
yeah, I felt like they were choosing really generic stuff to get away with it as much as possible. I must admit, like, the episode was more interested in pulling like cheap jokes with like the sex booth and
the underwear photos.
Like, and, the underwear. Yeah. Although the underwear photos were actually hilarious, like the photo shoot and stuff. And
he held up from Rutherford as well. That really cracked me up.
The restaurant was absolutely beautiful. I really want to go there.
They need to make this into an actual franchise and like have it in like places like theme parks and stuff, because it just would work.
I want a Voyager and an Enterprise hanging over my dinner.
It would so work with people dressed up as the characters serving you. Like, why has no one done this yet? Like, Planet Hollywood is basically that, but for all movies. Like, imagine if it was just that, but Trek themed. Oh my god, that would be a gold mine.
But here's a fun fact. I don't know if you know this. The Enterprise D model, the full genuine filming model from the Next Generation, was hung up in a restaurant in Hollywood.
Was it?
For about, I don't know how long. I want to say 8 years. I don't know if that's true.
Wow.
But it was hung up in a restaurant. And nobody in the production team at Paramount knew what had happened to the filming model at all. Nobody knew what had happened to it. As far as they were concerned, it had vanished. And it wasn't until somebody went there and saw it and was like, "That's the filming model." They had to take it back, and then they had to. The thing was covered in years and years and years worth of oil,
and grime,
and grime. I think they will have given it a complete scrubbing and then repaint. To be honest, I think it would have really suffered.
Wow.
But yeah, that's a true story.
That would have been amazing, though. I really would love to see a real restaurant in this theme. I think it would be great. It should be called Quarks as well. Like, it would just be amazing. I'd really like that. Yeah, me, Brad, I would be there all the time. Every birthday, anything, I'd be there.
Get Eagle Moss to make the. Actually, no, maybe not. Maybe Master Replicas to make the XL. XXL. I'll buy them when the flash drop.
They definitely reused the Voyager thing that they did for the earlier episode as well, and that was really clever. That was like, well done, guys, well done. That was good use of a ready drawn thing. But yeah, that whole thing was great. Also, the music, like, that really made me laugh.
Oh, I always love nostalgic stuff like that.
Because, like, that music, like, breaks the universe. It's like, because the music was diegetic. It was in the restaurant. Tendi and Rutherford would have been hearing that music. Yet that music is, like, not in universe. So how do they know it? My brain
They had
just
to do a full
imploded.
bury-on sweep of the model. Yes, that is absolutely.
Oh my
that is
God.
so true. Yes, they did.
Eerie welcome in. But yeah, no, that I thought the music was really funny. That cracked me up. The whole restaurant was great, even down to like the shuttle being the bed chamber. That was just golden, absolutely golden.
Where you can Galilei your partner. Hey.
It was really well done. I think the moment for me that really got like them as a couple was them seeing each other in their posh outfits, because they both immediately they both looked gorgeous, but their faces when they saw the other one just said everything. They just said everything. You could see that they were like, oh. It reminded me, and I know I always reference this TV show, but kill me, I don't care. It reminded me of Buffy season 3. No.
Oh, no, okay.
Buffy season 3, episode Homecoming, where Xander and Willow are getting ready for the homecoming dance together, and they first realize that they have a crush on each other. It was like the exact same scene, basically, and I loved it. It was beautiful. They were so cute. Their little like anime cheeks that happened was just gorgeous. I want them to be a couple. I am here for the ship. I want it. They're adorable.
It's interesting as well. Chat, what do you think? Can we start a poll? I don't think TJ's here, so we can't start a poll.
I don't think, yeah, we haven't got the...
I know a few people are kind of adamantly against Tendi Rutherford being a couple. I think it would really work.
Yeah, I do.
I also, going back to what Ransom says, that there are no married couples on the Cerritos at all.
It's the horniest bunch of people.
So much sense. That makes so much sense, given how we've seen the crew behaving all the time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I wonder. I think they're adorable. I think they're perfect for each other. They've been perfect for each other ever since they first met. But I'm also okay with them being like friends and stuff. But I would like to see them bang. My other half is completely against it. Completely against it. Yeah, really adamantly against it. I know. I thought he'd be open to it. Yeah.
I love them together. I also like at the end when they're back on the ship and they're like, oh, that's better, we're back to normal. And then they get into that bloody like tube area and they're literally looking like they're having sex from outside.
And they
the way their feet are
they
like
start making really suggestive noises.
Yeah. I was like, you guys are already a couple. You're like an asexual couple.
Basically,
you're a couple that doesn't have sex. Like, that's what you are. It's just so cute, and you're adorable, and I love you both, and you deserve to be happy. Damn it!
Yeah, because I feel like we've got Mariner and Boimler as our other platonic couple, and that works. That's the balance.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, can you please remind me? Because I have no memory of how it was ended with Mariner and her girlfriend. What happened at the end of their relationship?
Yeah. Do you know what? I meant to mention that last week, actually. But there's no Jennifer this season. We do see her briefly, but we never hear her speak. They never seem to speak. So it was when Mariner got marched off the ship when they thought that she'd done an interview that had tanked the Cerritos.
Yeah.
So Jennifer didn't believe that Mariner didn't do it, so then she got carted off the ship, and then she does that heroic return and stuff, but we never actually see
the resolution.
What happens next? Yeah, we never see any resolution. Okay. Like Jennifer is there when Mariner comes back to the ship, but it's really frustrating to see them never speak. We don't know what the relationship status is, and because it's really poor treatment of a relationship in the show. Like,
I thought I'd like just completely blanked it from my memory, but like it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. My brain was like, I'm sure they must have addressed it. Like they must.
It's basically like it never happened at all.
Which is such a shame. That is such a shame.
Really hate it.
I'm here for them to be celebrating gay relationships. I am here for this. I want that more often. I love that. We got a little bit of that in the scenes last week where that couple were just on each other the entire episode, which I was here for. But it just felt like there was no, like, it's never been mentioned again. There was no fallout with how Mariner felt about the relationship. She didn't ever seem to be bummed about it, or like, I don't know. Because
I feel like, and I think any normal person, any unnormal person would be absolutely livid if somebody who was a girlfriend or a close partner had, you know, like essentially disowned them for something that wasn't true.
Yeah.
And then you come back and it's proven as false and stuff. Like,
and nothing was said.
I would hold that grudge until my deathbed.
I would be really disappointed.
Given how Marinette is when she's got a bone like that.
Yeah.
The fact that she's just never mentioned it and she's never come out with anything, it's like so weird. It just feels like
it would have been a conversation with her and Boimler. It feels like something they would have talked through, and
they'd sit in the the mess hall and just like scowl at Jennifer or something. It just feels like the whole relationship has just been like swept under the rug, like,
and her whole group of friends just have not existed.
Yeah.
They've just vanished. Like, it's weird. It's weird. I don't understand that. I don't know if they're going to address it at some point in the future or if they've just forgotten about it. But
I really hope so. But it feels weird to return to it after all this time, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I thought about it this week because I was thinking about the fact that there aren't relationships in this way, and like this crew is very horny all the time. What are you laughing at? What did someone say? Oh, okay. Oh,
Jarvis knows how much I love that candle.
Oh man, poor Crusher.
Which actually, two tangents. Number one, if you are watching the stream, please give it a like. We'd really appreciate it. Lets the YouTube algorithm know that you're enjoying the content and that you'd like to see more of it. So please hit that like button. We're on 22 likes, which is awesome. Thanks, everyone. Make sure you do hit that like button. The second is that Star Trek Online's Halloween event this year, one of the things that you get from it is the candle and the ghost that you can summon.
Oh my god!
It's the guy from the candle. He's the reward from the Halloween event.
That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny.
But if I have to hear those damn voice lines from that Halloween event ever again in my life, like, I play that Halloween event on mute because I just cannot stand it anymore. Cannot stand them. Because like Star Trek Online is so grindy with events. You have to do stuff like 20 times, and I'm so sick of it after the first time. Like,
oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
The voice acting is terrible.
Is it?
Oh yeah. It's got like witches and like Davidians and stuff, but it's just like the witches voice acting. It's like, don't go back. Oh, I hate it. I really hate it.
Brad knows how you feel. Brad knows
how I feel. Brad knows how I feel.
He's not here for it. I just looked it up, and we don't know what the title is of next week's episode. They haven't actually released this one.
We don't. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, we only got up to episode 6 with the titles, and then it's out on Thursday. Obviously, it's on the 12th of October. Episode 37. It's not on there. Don't have a title for it.
Thanks, Daka. Appreciate you. I was gonna say as well. I made a little edit to the. If you're a Star Trek comic fan, there is a Halloween series that is coming out that looks absolutely epic. By the way,
so cool on the covers. Yeah.
And one of them has Beverly Crusher on the cover, and so I photoshopped a little green candle into the corner of the picture. I was like, I fixed it for you.
I remember you doing that.
That made me chuckle.
Those I honestly really, really like those covers. I'm really tempted to get physical copies of them because I love Halloween. Being an October baby, it's like my aesthetic, and I kind of want to put them on the wall all year round. I think they're really cool. So I'm going to be looking out for them at Comic-Con and EGX this year to see if I can see them. By the way, I know we aren't officially at EGX as part of Trek Central, but Jack will be there this week. Mostly, I think, to do with his own channel. But I'm also going to be there this week. So if any of you guys are going to be at EGX, come and find me. I'd love to see you and chat about Trek. It will be really, really nice. That will be in London from Thursday to Sunday this week. It's the biggest gaming event in the UK. So come and tell me about all of the things you think about Star Trek Online. Because if you guys would be interested in this, I know one of the senior designers on Star Trek Online. So if you guys are interested and you have questions for them and you would like to talk to them, we could maybe see about getting them on so that we could do a little interview and have a chat with them about the game and things that are coming up in it and all sorts of things. So if that's something you would like, let us know. VOD Squad, if you're watching in the VOD, also let us know in the comments if that's something you would like, because we can make that happen, which would be really cool. And I'm sure that he would bring other people as well that he knows from the team. He's already got permission to do it. I've already asked, so he is allowed. So yeah, that would be cool. Do it now.
That'd be awesome. I mean, we've had the Gorn stuff in Strange New Worlds. That's pretty horrific sometimes.
Oh, they're terrifying.
Full-on horror episodes, yeah, they're pretty terrifying.
I think Lower Decks could very easily do a Treehouse of Terror type episode that The Simpsons do by using Holodeck. They could very easily do that. I would quite like that. We haven't had a Holodeck episode yet this season. There is obviously only 4 episodes left. One of them is definitely going to be some kind of big fight with this looming presence.
Yeah, we don't know what that is yet.
No, I think they've done a good job of building it. I was a little bit disappointed this week for it to be another wiping out scene. I've seen this 4 times, 5 times, 4 times. I don't know.
But it's clearly going somewhere because they're referencing it.
Yeah.
As something that's happening across the quadrant. So we'll see. I fully I think there should be like a dramatic retelling of the haunting of Deck 12. Lower Deck style, and it'll be like the haunting of like Deck 69 or something.
That would be really funny. They could do like ghost stories in the Holodecks. Yeah, I would.
That'd be awesome. That's a really good idea.
We should write this and send it to them. Be like, here you go.
Yes.
Go. Do it. We don't want any money. We just want to see it.
But we'll take Ensigns Jarvis and Mortimer in the episode. Thanks.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? I would be happy just getting the Brad figure that they're releasing. I still really want that. I think
want my name in the episode.
You want the... Okay, fine. You want your name in the episode.
I want to be named,
yeah. I just want free stuff.
Mic'd.
Ensign get mic'd. Take the get out of it and just be Ensign
and then Ransom would probably read it as get milk, as most people do, so you know.
That would be on brand for Ransom though. I feel like it would
it would be.
It would fit really well with him.
And 50% of the people who read my name.
Yeah, fair. I've never read it like that. I can read. I'm dyslexic.
You're one of the 50% who haven't read it wrong.
But I read it right. It's okay. What I want to know is I'm not here next week, but when I am back the following week, I would very much like us to spend no more than 10 minutes, but I would very much like to spend time with chat where we create a chat and us ranking of our favourite characters in Lower Decks. Because we haven't done that, and I want to hear chat's opinions on who they love and why they love them. So get thinking over the next couple of weeks who your favourite characters are, why, so that you can be prepared to fight for their position. Because we're not going to be easy on you. We want to know real reasons so that we can put them in a nice little, this is what we think of you and love you. We're probably going to have like everyone in S tier, let's face it. It's probably going to happen. Miggly Moo this week, by the way.
So are we doing like a tier list then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tier list of characters. Miggly Moo this week. Every week he just keeps growing on me. I love him anyway, but like last week with his fight,
oh my god,
funny.
His line this week, he'd have to throw up in my mouth twice.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious. Like that line is so funny.
Also, I feel like I should be his species because if there was ever a reason for me to join the Federation, it would be to try all the foods of the different planets. So I am on board with Miggly Moo. His mission to eat all the food.
I'd probably eat some kind of food that would get me pregnant or something.
Oh man.
That's what happened to me. I don't think I'd fare very well with alien food.
Yeah, fair. I would try everything. I love all the weird food in Trek, and I want pie.
I just envision if one day we do get out there and there are other worlds, everything will just be toxic to the non-native species wherever you go. I think that's a real problem that people are going to have. So
probably, but in Trek it's not. Okay, so I want to eat all the Trek foods. I am on board with Miggly Moo and his weird tasting of everything. I also love the fact that he absolutely believed Rutherford and Tendi were in love with him. He wasn't acting. He 100% believed that they were in love with him, and he's gonna go back thinking that he wrecked their relationship.
I wish there'd be some funny kind of references to that in a future episode, but I full well believe they're never going to.
They won't bring it up again. But that would be nice if they did. Even if it was just a look from Miggly Moo, one of them in the corridor.
Absolutely hilarious.
He's great. He's just great. Yeah. This season in particular, he's had some real shining little moments, and like, I just love him. He's so funny. He's so well played. He's so like straight-laced. He's kind of like a Vulcan in that way, where like he's not deliberately being funny, but he is just freaking hilarious. He's just so good. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Hi Tim. I'm just looking at Gak in chat. I don't think I want to.
Yeah, maybe I don't want.
I don't think Klingon cuisine is for me. And
I would try blood wine though. I would try blood wine.
But what if it's actually like liquefied, like black pudding?
I like black pudding
as a drink.
I mean, the taste of black pudding is pretty nice, to be fair. As long as it was actually a drink and not a bitty, I'd be fine with it, I think.
True.
I think. I like black pudding. I'm a proper English breakfast girl. I like it, all right? I grew up in Devon. We had a black pudding life, like, down here, so, yeah.
Or if you're in Ireland, white pudding.
Oh, yeah, I'm not on board with that. I'm not on board with that. Weird. I saw it once, and I was like, it doesn't look... It's
like white chocolate. It's just not chocolate.
Oh, unless it's Dreams, because that was heavenly, and it just doesn't exist anymore.
Dreams, as in like the
Cadbury's Dreams. They don't exist anymore.
Oh, not Dreamies.
No.
Dreamies are the cat treat.
No, just Cadbury's Dreams.
I've said the D word. Chloe's gonna appear.
Hello, Daddy. Give me some food. Yeah, Romulan ale to see why it's illegal. Brad, I need to try it too, and I still want that hat from last week. I still want that hat from last week. It's Romulan ale on the clock somewhere.
There needs to be like a lower decks loot cave somewhere that sells all this stuff. Because God damn it, we would buy it.
It's so good. Like some of the things that they get in this, like even the beach ball with the Delta on it that just flew past in the background last week. So funny. All of these things are literal like gold mines for Paramount. They need to
I hate to tell you, there is no cacao in white chocolate, so it's not actually chocolate. It's just a pretender.
Daka, he's pooing on your parade. Don't stand for it.
You're fine to like it. It's just not chocolate.
Cadbury's Dream is the best, all right? I will fight you on it. It's so good, and it should come back. Get in the bin with your garbage opinion, Mike. Yeah, get in the bin.
I mean, the bin is my home, so I will take that.
Like Oscar from Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that is an accurate description of me in the morning.
My first cat was called Oscar, after him. Anyway. If you are a fan of Rutherford, make sure you check out this season of Loki, because Eugene Cordero has been promoted to a season regular this season. He's going to have a lot more to do. We already saw a lot of him in the first episode, and I was literally like, my cheeks hurt at the end of the episode because I was grinning from how much Eugene we got.
I love him. He's adorable.
He's so cute.
And everything he does.
I just want to give him a cuddle. It's just lovely.
He is amazing, and I'm loving that the whole first episode of season 2 was like the very best episodes of Lost. Like the opening of season 2, where you go into the hatch and you see all that, and it's like this was like that. Like you get to see the very heart of a TVA, and like all
the revelations were really big
behind the scenes, and then there's time travel in it as well, and it's like. Absolutely
also,
nuts. I could not believe what I was watching.
I always forget his name. Please forgive me for it. But the guy that was the little kid in Indiana Jones that was also
Ke Huy Quan.
Yes, there you go. I was so happy he was in this. I was so happy. Like, he is so lovely and wholesome. Like, I watched so many interviews this year around the Oscar season for Everything Everywhere All at Once. He is the cutest, most adorable, most gracious person in Hollywood. He is lovely. So I was so happy to see him.
He is adorable.
Yeah,
I love him.
I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season, because like
nobody's spoken to him in like 400 years or something.
And he doesn't even seem bitter. He's just so cute and lovely. So yeah, I was.
Brad,
happy.
They filmed quite a bit of Secret Invasion in Leeds, where I live in the UK.
That was so rubbish.
Yeah, it was awful. But yeah, all the stuff in Russia is all filmed in Leeds.
Is it really? That's so funny.
We look like Russia.
That's great. Boims is your number one character. Love it. Love it.
So before we move on to I guess MCM stuff at the end. No, we'll do MCM now, I guess. So I am attending. Jarvis is no longer able to make the MCM Comic Con, but I will be at MCM Comic Con with Captain Jack, Dom, TJ, and everyone.
Helen.
I don't remember who else. Helen, yes, that's the one I was thinking. Yeah, we'll be there. We've got 2 panels, a quiz, and a meet and greet, and we would love to see as many of you there as we possibly can. Slamjester's got his ticket for the Friday, but make sure you get yours because we'd love to see you. We just want to talk Trek. And I've got a sci-fi quiz that I'm writing and hosting, and I don't feel any pressure whatsoever.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
And TJ's gone on holiday for 3 weeks and can't help me yet. So, so yeah. Going to have an awesome time. Very much going to miss Jarvis there.
But I'll be in London next week. So if you're going to EGX, me and Jack will be there. We're not there together, but we'll see each other while we're there. So come and say hi to us. I know Jack will be really excited to speak to everybody as well. He's there for his Space Engineers stuff that he does on his own channel. And to cover like all of the spacey games that are going to be there. I am going to be working on a booth that has a space game, so I'm quite excited about that. We're doing Star Trekkers, so if you want to come and see Star Trekkers, which is space related, if you're a sci-fi person, you obviously are because you're here, come and find me at the Raw Fury booth because I'd love to see you. You're really nice.
Thanks, Don. I appreciate that.
So yeah, and
also as well, make sure you check out your Raw Fury's YouTube channel and stuff as well.
Oh yeah, I stream over there too. A lot at the moment.
Which leads us on to socials, Jarvis. Where can the people find you on internet land?
The people can find me mostly on Twitter because I still use that, but I'm also on Insta and Blue Sky. Blue Sky because of you, thank you very much. I'm at JarvDucer on everything because I'm obsessed with Hades. It's my favourite game and I think Ducer is the cutest character in the world. So at JarvDucer on everything other than Twitch, which is Jarvis Sensei, but I only ever stream on the Raw Fury channel. So Raw Fury Games if you want to find me over there. What about you, Mr. Mike?
You can find me as Get Mic'd on Twitch and Blue Sky, and then Get Mic'd OW on Instagram and Twitter. I talk a lot of stuff on Twitter, whether it's gaming, streaming, Star Trek. Instagram is mainly food and cats. If you like cats, yeah, you'll see a lot of that there. And on Twitch, I stream a pub quiz on Tuesday nights, and then Wednesday, Thursdays, variety gaming. But it's Assassin's Creed Mirage at the moment, so
I just saw Brad.
So I'm obsessed with it now.
Brad, where did you find this information? Because I've just looked on 3 websites, and all of them have episode 37 unknown. But Brad has just found next week's episode is called A Few Badgies More, which is very exciting. Brad, how did you find that? How did you find that? Where did you find that?
This is the badgies, and the's going to be multiple of
them. There's
them.
Multiple badgies, which is exciting. I'm quite excited about this. This could be fun. This could be really fun. So yes, let's look forward to that. I'm really excited to talk about it in the comments. I will join in the stream chat because I will be in a hotel in London. But I will see you all in the chat because I will be here to
there's a synopsis and everything.
Oh, what? Read it. Go.
An unknown force is destroying starships and threatening galactic peace. Luckily, the USS Cerritos crew isn't important enough for things like that. Instead, they keep up with their duties, avoiding evil computers and getting stuck in caves.
That's such a great synopsis.
It literally sounds perfect.
Oh, we tweeted it an hour ago? Well, we were already on air by then, so I wouldn't have seen it. Okay, thanks, Brad. Thanks. I appreciate you. I appreciate
TJ would usually tell us stuff like this.
Yeah, it's just not here.
TJ's not here.
She's not here.
Because we can't, the thing about, when we're live and stuff, well, I can, but I didn't spot it. Jarvis can't go and look at stuff like that.
No, because then his face disappears. I just have to stay on OBS the whole time. I have to get things ready beforehand, sadly. But yeah. I'll be in the chat next week. I'll be joining you because I love you guys. I love hanging out with you. I genuinely really appreciate that we've got some of you that come back every week. Both of us, it means the world to us. So I'll be there. You'll be here. We'll have Dom. Usually Dom will probably come on. Or Turner. Turner might come on.
It'll most likely be Craig. I haven't seen Dom in Discord for a while, but I'll be hosting next week still, so I'll still be here. Hopefully Jarvis will be in chat with us as well.
Yeah, I'll be in chat.
What the fun stuff we're doing. It'll either be Dom or Craig. So
I love Turner. I literally love that guy. He's great.
He's such a sweet guy.
He's so funny.
I have missed chatting to him on Sunday nights. So
he's a good guy. But yeah, anyway, we will see you next week, whether it's actually on the stream or in the chat. If not, we'll see you in the week. And obviously, we're talking about Trek on our Twitters. That was really Devonian. It just comes out sometimes. But yeah, we love you guys. We'll see you next week. Live long and prosper. Bye.
Peace and long life.